Welcome to This Day Our Future. I'm Herb Jean Carroll. We will be acknowledging and encouraging. And remember, our children are our future. I'm going to say it again. Our children are our future. Skylar, what are we doing today?
Hello, Mr. Herb. Today we have a special guest, but before we bring her on, we have some people in the community doing good. Our shout-outs for this week include the Computer Advancing Education, North Brevard Art League, Damsel in Defense, Brevard Sheriff Office, North Brevard Charities, and the following organizations: Life Point Ministries, Central Brevard Sharing Center, Matthews Hope, Brevard County, Province Connects at Melbourne First Church of the Nazarene, open to combat the cold weather, serving breakfast and dinner.
Yes. Shelters are needed this time of year.
Yeah.
Very cool. And in case we forget to talk about, mention it, we're having a MLK celebration here in Brevard County, specifically Titusville, this Monday coming. So in case we forget to mention that. Anyway, we move on to our guest. Our guest today is Lena Navarrete. Lena is a realtor. She worked in real estate, and she grew up in the South Florida area.
Welcome to our show.
Yep. Okay. Now, what we're going to tell you to do, we're going to let you tell the people who you are and what you do.
Okay. Well, thank you for having me. It's a pretty amazing thing what you're doing. And my name is Lena Navarrete. I am a real estate agent here in the state of Florida. And that's who I am, unless you wanted me to.
No. Now, see, some people, like I was several years ago, know very little about real estate. Can you tell us some of the basics about real estate? Or say if they were a young couple getting ready to buy a home, what would they basically need?
Absolutely. So the basics of real estate is you need to either basically have the money for it, right? So you either get pre-financed to get basically a loan to buy a property, a home, whatever it may be, residential or commercial. You need the money, right? So you either need the funds with cash, which most people don't have, or you need to go to a larger bank or what we like to call mortgage brokers, which are typically smaller, more private entities that also provide the funds for people to purchase homes. So after that, you get a hold of someone you feel comfortable with. I definitely have people that I can help people, that I can refer, and you get a pre-approval. That
That's
basically consists
you
of your taxes. You need your taxes. You need your proof of income, which can be checks or it can be your bank statements, and that's all the person needs basically. But that's
well. There's one other thing people always talk about. They talk about their credit score.
Mm-hmm.
No, they have a good credit score. So in other words, you're preparing to buy a house. You should be preparing for that. Not only you need some dollars and cents here, you get your credit score together and to help you get the better loan you may want. Am I correct?
Absolutely. It all plays a factor. Your credit score, how much you can put down on a property. It's typically when the credit is involved, it's the debt to ratio income. That's what they look at, is what your debt is versus your income. And depending on how that goes and how much money you have to put down, just like you would put down in a car, is what your rates you're going to get and stuff like that, and how long and all that. But definitely the credit score plays a role. Absolutely.
Okay. So we said you're going to need money, have a credit score, proof of income, also basically includes not only the income that the money that you may have on you, but say maybe if you've been on your job maybe for a period of time, that's
You need to
helpful.
have a minimum of 2 years,
Oh.
2 consistent years of income.
Okay.
Mhm.
Okay. Yeah, I recall some years ago, some people I knew they were basically getting involved, and then later they began to what they call flip houses.
Mhm.
You know, someone wasn't buying a purchase house to live in, but just to get the house, you had to qualify.
Yep.
That still goes on today.
Yep, that's your pre-qualification. That's your pre-approval from the bank or the mortgage broker. So you need that for anything to buy any form of land, residential, commercial, whether if you're not paying cash, that's typically what you do. But then there's also non-traditional ways of purchasing properties as well, which is on the next, it's a little bit more than 101 real estate. Gets into investing. And so then you have hard money lending and seller finance, stuff like that.
Oh, that's what I'm talking
But for basics, it's usually cash or pre-approval. Those are the traditional ways of purchasing property, whatever type of real estate you purchase.
Okay. And so it makes no difference if what I mean if you I've heard about you get different type of loans, am I right?
I'm sorry?
You get different type of loans.
Yes. There's
Okay.
different types of loans. So there's your traditional conventional, and then there is your non-traditional, your non-traditional. There's an FHA, and then there's also for like people in the like veterans, VAs.
Okay.
So those are your three, but your most traditional one is the conventional one.
Would you?
Yeah.
Okay.
Good questions.
Oh well,
A lot of people don't know this. You're right.
they need
A
to
lot of
know.
people don't.
I mean, I still know limited amount myself, but much I didn't know a while back. And
You seem like you know good.
but it's not just me. Like I said, we got viewers out there and got subscribers out there. And it's about that's about people helping people, and people need to know. And information is very important.
Absolutely.
They're not just trying to buy big old houses. I mean, big old cars these days. Some people trying to buy houses, but with the rates where they are now, it's because they're difficult. But you don't stop trying. You don't lose the focus. You know, what's truly important.
Absolutely. I'm glad that you mentioned that because this is also a bit of a misconception sometimes that people think that the rate interest makes an astronomical difference on your monthly payments. And so I always encourage people to get with a mortgage broker or get with a bank and actually get into your finances to the nitty and gritty because the difference sometimes is not that astronomical. Maybe you're paying it more in a longer term or you're paying more to principal or more to interest depending on your situation, right? And so sometimes the interest, people shy away from buying. And I love that you said that you should keep trying because I always encourage people to try. And people always ask where the market is at. And I think that it's relative. That it's such a common question, but it really is relative because it depends on your situation. And, we're fortunate enough to live in a state where it's not as robust as it was when we were in COVID, but it's still moving. But it fluctuates. It's just like the market. And the real estate always usually follows the financial system. And so it's always going to fluctuate. Through history, we'll see patterns, but we'll never know for sure what's going to happen. So, and you don't know what opportunity might be for you, but that might not be for the other person.
So true.
So I love that you said that because you should keep trying. And until you find your time that is the correct time for you to buy or sell or whatever you want to do or rent, which I don't encourage renting if you can purchase. But yeah, you definitely should seize the opportunity when the opportunity is for you, when it's good time for you, not for, everybody, what everybody else says, right?
So true.
Yeah.
So true. Any other particulars that you can think of right now?
Particular,
Like small things.
like to explain still the basics?
Yeah, just explain them to me.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay, so I guess I can just start kind of like with the process. So we just went through the very beginning. So you would get your taxes together, you would get your proof of income, and they do your background check. They do all that. This is to purchase, right? Once you figure out what you're pre-approved for, then you would come to me, and I would start you up basically on a system that would filter the criteria that you would prefer for the property that you're looking for. and we would start searching through there and starting to view properties. Once you have that pre-approval, it's so important because when you are about to make an offer, if you find something that you like and you're serious about, with that offer, you have to send a pre-approval. And the offer is sent with what we call is an as-is residential contract.
Okay.
And that's the basic contract for the state of Florida. And that contract is used for buying and for selling. All these contracts are drafted by Florida real estate attorneys. And so they basically, make it simple for us. So we're not attorneys. So you guys basically, they're very, you can read through it, and it takes a minute, but they're not super complex contracts, thankfully, but they're there to protect you. And so it's that contract, the pre-approval, you send the offer, and then you see what happens, and you negotiate or whatever. But that's the beginning phases of purchasing a property. And then we go on to an inspection period after that and other things. If you want, I can't elaborate, but that's the beginning phases if you want to buy what you want to do.
Okay.
What you need to do basically.
Okay. Now, you have a website, or an organization, a number, or a podcast, something like that?
Oh, oh wow. Okay, you put me on the spot.
No, 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 no,
No,
no.
I like it. It's okay.
No, no, no.
I need it.
No. That's if you want to talk about it.
No, I would love to talk about it. Absolutely. Kind of how you and I discussed that you were called a little bit for this. I felt like I was called for also starting a channel, which I am in the very beginning phases of it, and it's awesome real estate and lifestyle.
No,
So-
no, wait a minute. If it's not ongoing, you don't have to talk about it. If you want to talk about it, it's a time.
Oh, absolutely. I'm
What-
not.
what-
I'm not afraid to talk about it at all. That's why I said it's good for me. I'm glad that you mentioned
Yeah,
it.
of course.
I was just joking with you a little bit, but yes. So it's awesome real estate and lifestyle. It's a YouTube channel I have. It's basically going to have anything real estate related that I just think that is pretty awesome, and I want to post it on there. And also lifestyle adventures, because I am a pretty outdoorsy person and I go on camping trips. I like food. I like doing all kinds of things. So it's going to be pretty interactive. It's pretty exciting time because I've been waiting a little bit to do it. So it's good that we met and we're doing this, and I think that it's a good thing. I'm excited for it.
Now we're going to do this one more time. It's called what again?
Awesome real estate and lifestyle
Okay.
on
I
YouTube.
want to be sure people get it, okay? So they can
Yes.
find you.
Yes, thank
Okay.
you.
Yeah, that's important.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
We're not going to make this real short, but is there anything else you want to talk about regarding this real estate?
I guess,
Or yourself? It's up to you.
yeah, absolutely. So I actually wanted to continue to explain the basics because we talked about the buyer, but we didn't talk about the seller.
Go ahead.
So just the basics right off the bat. To sell your home, it would be a separate situation. You're on the other side of things, right? So you don't need a pre-approval. You're actually the person that's getting paid. So basically, your main job is to hire a professional real estate agent that you feel comfortable with, that obviously is knowledgeable, that has experience. Believe it or not, they don't need to know the area that well, but our job has a lot to do with rapport and relationship building. And I've been in the business now about 8 years, so I've learned a little bit about that. And there's a million realtors out there. If you don't feel comfortable with your realtor, I think it's pretty important, just like a chiropractor, an attorney, or something like that. So definitely find something that you're comfortable with. After that, we schedule a listing appointment, and then we basically discuss more in depth of the process of selling your home, which would be listing it on the system. But depending on how the real estate agent works and depending on what the company that the real estate agent works with offers, that is what you're going to receive. And then that's when you discuss compensation and commissions and all that fun stuff that everybody likes to talk about. So that would be the beginning phases to sell your property. That would be the beginning phases to buy your property. And then in terms of what I do for real estate, I have a very unique business. I love real estate. I'm not just a realtor. I love the business of real estate. And so I'm also getting into different projects of, I work a lot with investors. So that's kind of what brought me also to travel precisely one of my favorite places here in Titusville, which I think you guys have a lot of exciting things coming. And I was listening precisely to the mayor speak about, how much property they're looking to acquire and all that stuff. And so it's exciting time here, I think. And so I also traveled because the market shifts a lot from South Florida to like these regions, which we are in Northeast Florida here, and even Central Florida. It's amazing the accessibility and the resources that are here. So it made me travel so I can be able to offer more to my investor clients and more opportunity. Not as expensive as Miami, because Miami's kind of like New York City now. Everything is super expensive. And so, I'm excited also for that because I'm intertwining both, the channel, my business, my adventures. And so it's pretty exciting. And I'm looking forward to seeing what's going to happen here specifically too, and different areas. And I specialize in, people that come from out of the country or out of the state. So I also want to be able to offer them a plethora of options. And I think this is a great option actually. And so, yeah, I think that's, kind of what I do.
You've been helpful. You've been helpful to some people. Now, but I want to do one more thing because I want to be sure we get this out. The name of your organization is what now?
Well,
No,
the channel.
The third channel, third time.
The channel. Okay. It's Awesome Real Estate and Lifestyle.
Okay, good. Now, so you know how to contact her eventually. Now, Lena, everybody come on the program here gets the question, okay?
Mhm.
And take your time on the question. The question is, from your thoughts, your knowledge, or your belief, from a country, state, or local level, tell me what do you think about our future? See, I gotta tell people, it's well documented how I work with kids, children, and our children are our future. I mean, I'm almost an old man, okay? And my thought process is what we're gonna do for the future with our kids. So that's the thought process. So again, tell me what you think about our future. And you can make it short or long. You can make it local. You can make it, however you want to. But I want to hear you. Basically, because see, everybody has a thought, and a voice, whether they want to vocalize it or not.
Yep.
So you can keep it short if you want to. But I want to know what you think about our future.
Thank you. I love that question. I think it's an important question. It's a bit of a loaded question, but I have been thinking about it the last couple of days, how I told you before. Locally, Titusville, that's why I mentioned it. I was led here, and I feel like you guys already have, it feels like you guys already been doing some cool things. And I see a lot of growth here. I see a lot of potential here. There's already like something established, which I think is a very nice foundation that it seems to have this town. But I think the sky's the limits, and I can't believe that you have like SpaceX right here, NASA. There's just so much going on here, and so many tools and resources that I think that once the city gets involved with more, it'll be sky's the limit, honestly.
Okay.
So I think what's happening here in Titusville is very, very cool and awesome. And I'm excited for that, for the future, for this city.
The city's area.
I learned a lot the other day. I didn't know, was the third largest city in Brevard County, right?
That's yeah.
And I thought that was pretty awesome. I didn't know we were 250 years of America. Is 2026. So locally, I think it's exciting. Nationally, worldly, I think we are headed, and locally, I think we're headed through some challenging times, but we're also heading through some really exciting and transformative times.
So, in a nutshell,
So-
you think everything's gonna be okay? Are you telling me?
Well, yes, I
Okay,
think
what you telling
everything's
me?
going to be all right. I
Okay.
think everything's going to be all right.
All right, yeah. Well, thank you. Okay, we're gonna move on then. Okay, we're gonna move on to our LC here. Judy gonna help us out. But you go nowhere.
Hello.
Hi.
As a guest here at This Day Our Future, a child you know or Life Center Academy may receive a $500 gift card or donation. Also, Titusville City Council, Public Housing Authority, School Board, County Commission, and NAACP has monthly meetings.
Thank you, Julie.
I think I'm gonna keep saying it. I said it in the beginning, but I said she knocked it out the park. See, Julie didn't start this here. It was another individual that were doing this, sharing that message with us, but she's not at the part. But yeah, what she's talking about is our LC here. Our LC here is, like I said, every state, every county. I say every state, every county is what we call our LC here. That's our public housing authority. I got the public housing authority meeting today. Can we think of it? Public housing authority, city council, school board, and the county commissioners. They have the meetings, and no matter what state or county you're in, and we as people, you need to go, you need to listen, you need to speak, you need to do your part. If you want some change, you want different, you want better, well, do your part. It's just simple. Now, before I forget this here in Titusville Mall, see Titusville Mall here, 42E. I want to make this rhyme. 42E Julie. She has something for you. So if you're in Titusville Mall, go to 42E Julie. Now, last but not least, on every broadcast here lately, I've been talking about the seeking, serving, sacrificing, giving. Say true success. True success comes from seeking, serving, sacrifice, and giving. All right, Julie? Seeking, serving, sacrifice, and giving. Again, I want to thank you for coming on the program.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
Yeah, we're about people helping people, and we need good people to show up and do their part. You did a good job. Well, let me rephrase that. You came and did yourself. Am I right?
And what?
You came and you did yourself.
And I did myself?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You do what you do, right? See, everybody do what they do.
I was just being myself.
But I want to thank you for coming on the program because
No, I'm honored. Thank you.
it's about people helping people, and that's what I do.